We're back with the FitAID Morning Show. I'm Kenny Santucci, and I got a very special co-host and an unbelievable guest for you guys at home. I got one of the owners and the mind behind the madness of FitAID, Aaron Hines.
Hello.
We met Mike Bledsoe yesterday. He's hanging out with us right now. Guys, here we have one of the greatest athletes, my personal favorite, 3 times Games athlete, Dani Horan. Dani, thank you so much for joining us here on the couch. You were competing this year. What happened?
About 2 weeks ago, I caught a bar overhead funny and felt something weird in my neck, and then lost all motor control of my left arm. I couldn't do a push-up, had numbness and tingling, so I got an MRI, and they said I had 2 bulging discs.
So Dani, I mean, that's a scary injury. Like, a lot of people get stingers that have played football, this and that, but actually, when you start losing motor control, you start to get weakness. I mean, what's that like as a high-level athlete, especially right before the games? I mean, you got to be like, oh shit, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, it was really scary, the fact that I couldn't even do a single push-up. So that really bugged me out, and I just tried to get as much help from all the medicals.
We've been throwing this idea. We've been interviewing people all weekend long, and to me, just like as a spectator, I'm like, is it going too far? As an athlete, being in the mix, do you think like the workouts are getting too intense? Is it too much of a workload over a weekend period?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it has to do a lot with the training leading up to that, because when I caught that bar overhead, it wasn't that exact thing that injured my neck. I'm sure it's been leading up for a while, so I feel like you really have to take good care of your body, and maybe athletes are just doing too much volume.
Too much volume leading up to the events.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Cool.
How do you feel mentally with the whole thing? I mean, you've been training all year. I mean, you're arguably favored to be, in the top 10, if not on the podium at the games. And right before, it's like, oh shit, I can't compete now. I mean, which is the smart decision. It would be idiotic to compete with that injury. So, like, are you going, okay, I'm focused on rehab, I'm going after that with intensity, and then focused on next year, or what's the game plan right now?
Yeah, so it's probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with mentally, but I really want to move forward and get better, and I think being here has been a really good experience because I've been able to watch the athletes and learn from what they did really well and learn from their mistakes. So I'm really looking forward to rehab and coming back stronger.
Yeah. I mean, you're no slouch on the field. I mean, you're always in the top tier of athletes. Is it hard for you to be sitting on the sidelines and watching like, oh my God, I could have crushed that workout. Oh my God, that would have been my, my niche.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah. Which workout do you think like you would have actually loved to participate in and think you would have done really well in this year?
Honestly, all of them. I've really worked on my weaknesses this past year, so I would have been really interested to see how I did.
So, you're in the mix. You know a lot of these girls pretty well. You compete against them. Who do you think is going to take this home?
I really hope Cara does.
Okay.
I really like her, but I think Sarah does. She's an amazing athlete.
Yeah. So. Yeah, she is. It's crazy.
Mike, you got anything to say about this? You look pretty comfortable up there.
I'm just really enjoying hanging out at the games. The community here is fantastic, and getting to meet new people is awesome. And quit waving at me. That's all I got to say. Yeah.
Anything, Aaron?
I'm good to go, brother.
Well,
we're having a good time.
Dani, thank you so much for stopping by.
Hey,
we wish you the best
in your recovery. I mean,
best of recovery. Also, she's a FitAID athlete.
That's right.
FitAID athlete, and one of the best guys. If you're not following her already, what's your hashtag?
Dani Horan 7.
Dani Horan 7. Check her out. Thank you so much. Speedy recovery. Unbelievable athlete. Guys, check her out. We'll see you guys in a little bit.